What's up, guys? Thank you guys for joining me back with another video. Today we're talking about some concepts on life and how to improve your vision, and talking about how focus really is the tool to your success in the form of any material, feeling, or thought realm that you can perceive. So understand that you must build up the energy within inside of you to obtain what you need to obtain outside of you, and this comes in any form. So understand this is the laws of this has to do with the laws of the magnetic energy, spectrum, whatever you'd like to call it. You can label this very many things, but to sum it up, this basically is how to manipulate your own energy and increase it, and understand how to really further yourself within the fifth dimension and the third dimension, in many aspects. So try to gain this knowledge, try to apply this into your life, and this implement it into your life can definitely increase your awareness on things that have that serve you good purposes. So forming a concept about things in a certain way puts value on the object instead of forming a conception of authenticity, while putting the value in the attractor or creator, which is you, of it. Just is going to bring the feeling of I'm not able to obtain anything, I'm not able to do what I want, which will leave you in feeling in state of misery. So you want to always sharpen your concept to the truest form, and not something that just intimidates you. Nothing is intimidating in this realm. Even the things that you perceive as monstrous is actually just takes a journey and a certain amount of energy applied to get to where you want. It's not really a race against anyone else but yourself. Understand that the brainwave state, when it's increased and really calmed, right, you exercise your brain by just relaxing it, because it is a working machine, and when it's not cluttered up, you can do things like really you can create for yourself instead of having your surroundings create for you. Just like a frog would, like an amphibian, reacts to its environment. When it's cold, it doesn't think, it just goes to where it needs to be to get warmer, right? Of course, if it feels if his body's getting warm, it's gonna go to a darker cold spot, just out of how it knows what it feels, and it knows what it needs to feel in a sense of better. But we have to understand and improve the concept of better for us, and because we are more conscious beings than a lizard, we are able to create our own reality and dwell within the authentic awareness that the universe has, that we are connected to the universe with. Okay, so and this is a cause and effect realm. Anything you cause for yourself will affect yourself, and this goes in many forms. Don't go, if you're constantly going out and choosing to throw all your energy into things that don't benefit you at all, like constantly going out to the club when you're not even working a decent job, you're barely holding on, you're basically getting your worth drained from something that you believe that serves you, which doesn't. Your true self does not need anything to hold its value up. You hold your own value up. And of course, for a lot of people, this is gonna, oh, that's hard, that's challenging. Of course it's challenging. If life was easy in that aspect, or like if you want life to be easy, or want to build the conception of life being easy, it's going to happen. You are going to just live the simple life of nothing, because you haven't really provided yourself with any new information to better yourself, right? No one's gonna come tell you, hey, You need to get up. You need to start, your own project. You have it within you. You are the creator. No one's going to come tell you that. In this world, they're going to tell you, oh, you're unable. You're not able. Well, the ability is within you, and not in some education. It's not about the level of. It's not about the level of knowledge. It's about the level of awareness. Okay, so if knowledge is always going to be your driving force, if you are able to form a good concept that benefits yourself off of it, right? But let yourself and your want, how bad you want yourself to succeed, drive you. Don't let anything else in. And this will move me on to a different topic, which is life force energy. This is also known as semen, whatever you want to call it. Building up this life force energy is literally will serve as your gas, your fuel to keep serving and keep serving for yourself, while having to provide less effort, right? So that, it's almost like your real money. That's your money, you know what I mean? You use your value to go out and get abundance. You don't the less, and don't perceive this as image. This is not image that I'm talking about. This is energy. You will feel this. You will perceive this. This is within the realm. You know what I mean? But this energy is almost, this energy basically amplifies your chakras and allows positive energy to attract towards you, because like attracts like. So if you are vibrating on a high frequency and you are seeking for high frequency things to serve you, then they're going to come to you, and you are going to be able to obtain this with at ease while applying effort. You have to form a concept of being uncomfortable, but while being okay. So what I was getting at is where your life force energy lies. It attracts it sits where your desire chakra would be. This is where you put your energy into desires. But what you want to understand, that desires can actually control you, and your desires might end up using you to obtain your energy. And what I mean behind this, there are forces in this realm that are constantly using vessels to obtain them energy instead of obtaining yourself energy. And how does this work? This is the laws of polarity. These entities are not seen. You're not going to see them with your eyes, because the eyes only see 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. So you don't want to look for anything. It's just you will gradually see yourself falling off your path. But if you haven't created a path for yourself, you're just going to sink into a black hole that you don't even know that is there, because you haven't created a concept for yourself on life that will help you perfect your vision into seeing to see that as a threat, instead of seeing that as a something that is not, in your worries. It's okay. You're not supposed to be walking around energyless without the effort and want to pursue what to constantly pursue things that you want. This energy that takes from your constant source of abundance is what makes you feel as if you are unable to get what you desire, right? So but to get what you desire, you must have the chakra above that amplified, which is the self-discipline chakra. This gives you willpower. This is the sun's energy. This is what makes you want to go out and get without a form of doubt in your mind, because you understand that doubt isn't really, it just comes from a feeling of you not wanting to fail. But really, if you realize that failing is just another stepping stone to where you want to get, the real thing to actually fear is quitting. If you quit, that is when you begin to run stagnant and choose to not be the creator and let what's around you create for you. This is when things start to get what you call as gnarly, because you're not choosing your decisions anymore. And even though you think you are living in a tiny, boxed in realm that will not allow you to it just your focus is being dragged everywhere. You're not doing for yourself, you're doing for the brain's feel good. You know what I mean? You can't just do for your pleasure, because you're going to end up at pain. But some people don't understand what real pain feels like, because they go literal, they choose not to be conscious. They're like, oh, I'm just tired, I have no energy, I'm just going to go lay on the couch. Like, no, that is because your electromagnetic energy is being taken from you by the things that you are giving to yourself, because you're not improving your vision and focusing on what you need. And understand that this information isn't really going to come from anybody that just wants to entertain you and get money from you, just like any other YouTuber it's sometimes the most entertaining things and the most things that you believe serve as pleasure are really just distracting you from what you really would want to desire. But you would say, oh, I wouldn't want to do that, obviously, because you don't know anything out of the concept realm that you're in. So understand, so to sum it up, yes, this life force energy will make life just so much more positive for yourself. And if you're able to go on semen retention, that's awesome, man. So yeah, this but it provides you effort so you can provide for yourself in positive concepts. So moving on, try not to focus on what your desires feel like. I've noticed this has affected me, because the feeling is impulsed by yourself. What I really am desires really your experiences, or whatever you would like to call them, aren't really created by anything else but your brain. You are just projecting on what you would like, what you believe this will feel like. And really, belief is the gas to forming the reality that you see as at the moment. So don't focus on what your desires feel. Get them, so focus on how you can successfully get them, right? Because the experience will be bland anyway, right? It will be bland anyway, because you are so focused on you, instead of realizing that you are the source that is giving to yourself. Understand that getting what they want, and it's not really about acceptance, it's about the magnetic polarity. So it's not about acceptance for anybody else. You're not going to, don't worry about impressing people, because impressing value in a moment that serves as your validation to keep going. But you got to understand, when people put you down and make you feel as if you are not able to obtain some source, realize that, hey, that's my gas. That's what I need to use to help me get this, because I am the source of creation, and whatever it is that I've projected has made others believe that I'm unable. You know what I mean? Okay, let them think that. You know what I mean? Let them think that, and show your authenticity and put your energy into into your focus, and watch how things will unfold, and your experience will be led by you instead of other things. So that, like, going back to, that validation will not serve for you in any way. Any validation from others only increases the mind's dopamine for like 15 seconds, and then it's over, and you think you actually did something just because you impressed somebody. That is hilarious. You know what I mean? You got to really think about how hilarious and ridiculous this mind of ego has trapped us into thinking that, oh, we're getting the best of the best just by obtaining a different experience that we haven't had. Of course it's better, right? You're gonna perceive it as better because, oh, it's different, it's pleasure. Nah, you want the real different. You want constant change in positive ways, because guess what? That really, you'll never fall off your belief in yourself, because you are supported by yourself. Nothing is holding you up anyway. So it's not like anybody can knock your foundation out from under you, because you're floating, you're rising. Ain't nobody can even touch you. You know what I mean? Keep your focus straight. Don't let your desires trap you in your mind, right? Realize it's only a thing that wouldn't hold value if you didn't put value in it, right? Things feed off your value. Things don't hold value by themselves. How would they? They're material items. They're dense. You could touch them. They make sound. You perceive that sound. You call that a sound. You say that's black. You say that's white. But really, it's just a representation. Understand that everything is broken up and all connected. Just get back to the state that you came from. Don't let yourself get held down by this matrix that we have surrounded by us. Alright, so life doesn't bring to you, you bring to life. You are the source of life, and so is the earth. As you can see, it grows plants. It's a big entity. Understand that just you put the life and create things for your creator. You came here to create, not to be served. You're not to be a servant for anything else. Understand that you can be the light in the dark. You can obtain any source that you want to. Okay, so don't doubt your ability to obtain your source of happiness that benefits you, because when doubt fills the mind, you begin to feel less willpower to go seek, because the journey appears beyond your reach. This journey appears beyond your reach because you begin to think about what we call as time. Time is a lot of people's worst enemy, but it's not mine, and I'll show you how it's not. It doesn't have to be yours either. So, how does it not have to be yours? Okay, well, first off, time is an essence, is obviously a perceived sense that we, even if we would perceive the world as destroyed, the time in nature would still be going and recreate itself. Obviously, the plants and what we know it, and I don't mean it's just gonna pop humans out the soil. No, I mean we are in connected to. We are the source of abundance. As you can see within your body, you regenerate. It's you eat, digest, you pull the energy from it, and you throw the waste out, right? And that's the force that we're going off of, right? So if once we take this into hand, really what we perceive as time is things growing and being destroyed. So the point is to grow in your own way and choose Don't let something choose you to be destroyed. You need to be the person that chooses what is destroyed, right? Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices in life, but that does not mean you have to give up yourself and your ability and your love for yourself and your belief in your ability to do for yourself just because you are filled and believe a certain way and believe that you are a limited being. You're not limited. It's all an illusion that the Matrix has put onto us. The point is to make you feel like there's not enough. You're being pushed down. There's so many people in the world. Somebody's gonna take your place. Blah blah blah. All these thoughts. It's the ego producing this, and basically the higher ups, these government, they're using your mind against you. They're making you feel. They're not making you do anything. That's obviously the point is to manipulate, to get you to manipulate yourself, right? So you're telling yourself, my concept of, women are just, objects, you know what I mean? And obviously you're gonna think, he's this, he's weak for that thing. Obviously, yeah, definitely. I don't live in a low form of reality to perceive that women are just are just my life. Like women or any source of what you call as validation, whatever you consider as validation, is not the the end all be all. Yeah, it feels sometimes you get in positions in life and you think it feels amazing, right? But understand that life is going to balance out no matter what, right? You take drugs, they're gonna wear off. You're gonna be tired. You use your energy to create pleasure for you, right? So and this goes into the conversation of too much pleasure is pain. Yeah, too much pain is pleasure. So understand that if you're constantly doing for yourself and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, eventually you are going to find the comfort in your terrible situation. Why? Because the human mind is only designed to adapt and change. Okay, so you're either going to adapt and you're either going to drip or you're going to drown. You're either going to choose to take your role, understand that you play a role in this, and that all the value lies within you, and you're gonna be a pimp, and you're gonna get what you want out of life and relax, right? Because it's not much, it's nothing. These people value money. I value self-worth. People say, something's wrong with him. Why does he think like that? Why would he care about himself so much? And when there's so much, when there's so many things out here that could give you pleasure, like really, that's temporary. How could you think like that? When you provide for yourself, you can get any source of abundance at any time you want to. But obviously everything comes with a cost. See, when you apply this type of lifestyle to yourself, when you take the blame for everything that you believe that, or whatever people or whatever you think you cause for yourself, you cause for yourself. Anything that you perceive as negative, you cause for yourself. Once you realize this, you understand that I am the creator. This is what it is. You know what I mean? You're going to the table. You're thinking things outside of yourself. Obviously, that believe in evolution or not, it's all within you. Once you keep upgrading, you're just gonna become the bigger source. You don't need to look up to the pimp. Become him. Become your own version of him. You can, you know what I mean? Like you can't look up to somebody that has a ability that is increasing, right? But that's still a limitation. So you're only going to go as far as they are, if you even are able to take that route, which you're not. You can't just expect to take the same route someone else did when you're the creator. If someone else did that, then most likely that was their role, not yours. You got a better one. If the universe takes from you, it's got something better to give you, right? And if that's nothing, if that's space, if the universe wants to trade you your most valued item for space, literal space, nothingness, then just watch what you can do with that. That's why they say turn nothing into something, because we have the ability to take air and make a castle. You know what I mean? Like it's not really about, you know what I mean? The kingdom is inside of you guys. Don't let anybody fool you. And it's not even hate people. Oh, blah blah blah. Sorry, most people have simp mindsets. It's not my fault that you put that type of mentality on yourself, that you're unable to obtain what you want out of life because you're too caught up by the things that you think give you validation. When they don't, you give yourself the validation, right? Don't live that limited life. Don't think that you're number 10. Nah, you're number 10 plus. You're number 10, 11, 12, 13 and more. See what I mean? So don't put yourself on any type of scale. You can't be weighed. Only your matter can be weighed, but you're not this body either. You're the vessel. So, you know, you dig? Value your feelings, thoughts, and actions, and don't let anything abuse them, right? And I don't mean people. I mean, they can. It's possible. Of course, don't let anybody abuse you, but I mean, don't let an item abuse you. You know, you're the one that's telling yourself to go over there and hit that dope. You know what I mean? Why are you, like, obviously something in you is using you for a boost back up to where you're temporarily gonna stay and go back down. Do you see what I mean? If you could stay there in that high or whatever at all times, then the universe would make it like that. If that's all you were worth, if that was your only purpose, then that when you hit that dope, that high would last forever, obviously, because our only purpose is here to experience good feelings and pleasure, right? No, pain is a good thing, right? This is, dude, like, these people, some people will literally go to the measures of just like a lot of track runners. You know how they run? They just run, right? They're just giving their energy back to their self. You know what I mean? It's just, you're serving just to build your, you know, it's not only, but if you're serving for better, like, maybe you don't only want to build your muscles up. Maybe you want to experience, you know, and try to be comfortable with the feeling of just taking a run, like, while you're running. Like, oh, you know, most people say, oh, I'm not doing anything. Nah, like, you can be doing something if you choose to be. You know what I mean? Any form of reality can be perceived as good, right? Pain can be perceived as good, but, you know, and pleasure can be perceived as bad, right? If you're constantly providing for yourself in a negative way, how do you think the outcome's going to be? Negative. It's never going to turn the other way. And if you're sitting waiting, what are you waiting on? What could possibly be holding you back besides yourself? Clearly you're stuck for a reason. It's not anybody's holding you back. It's that you might be letting other people hold you back. Cool. That's all on you. You know what I mean? You gotta be the universe. You can't be anything less. Don't accept for less. Don't settle for less. Alright, so to top it off, guys, don't put so much energy in a certain outcome, because sometimes it just takes for you to trust the process and get to point B while having some failed attempts under your belt, and truly appreciate what you have created for yourself, right? So I'll say it again. Don't put so much energy in a certain outcome, because sometimes it just takes for you to trust the process and get to point B while having some failed attempts under your belt, to truly appreciate what you created for yourself. You know, you can't expect to win always. well, what's the point in that? Winning won't even be perceived as good if you were constantly winning. That's why a lot of these people that get famous real quick, get that quick money, that fast life, they have the best 6 months and then it's over. These people are so depressed, they want to kill themselves. They don't have anything else to do because they didn't work for what they got. They didn't go through the pain, besides the pain of get into more depths, giving up something they like to obtain a quick source of money. Like, why take from the world when you can to end up it taking from you, instead of give to the world and end up having it give to you? The universe is always going to get even. You can't be quick. Patience is that's a currency above money. If you got patience, if you got drive and patience, for all my brothers out there, just wait. Just wait, because if you're constantly serving for yourself, if you keep grinding, it ain't even about waiting. It's about knowing that it's gonna come to you, or better. You know what I mean? So yeah, and even if and how I just promoted waiting, definitely don't wait. I didn't really mean that in a wait. I didn't really mean that in a hold on type of way. Just chill while you are uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Chill while you're in that sticky situation, because working out of it is really the feeling that you're wanting. You're wanting that feeling of accomplishment. And if you're constantly giving that to yourself, like, okay, on daily basis, I know I'm serving for myself. That's a feeling that you cannot give. You can't even give that feeling to anyone else. You can only give it to yourself. So the only people that are going to be talking about it are the only people that gave it to themselves. And that's like a low percentage of the earth. So feel me, please feel me, because if you don't, if you have any hate towards it, or threatened by the move of helping yourself, then it's only gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? So alright guys, I appreciate you giving me your time to just watch this video, and I hope you can create something with it. I hope you can build something out of it for yourself, and start helping and manipulating your mind into perceiving things the way they're supposed to be perceived, and sharpen your concept, and understand that only the positive is for you, and sometimes that positive energy comes in some pain. So feel it or not, I love you guys. I appreciate you watching the video. Like and subscribe, and peace, love, and abundance.